these people are going to be going at me. Have you seen your own comment section? Do you know the kind of hatred that I get from appearing on this show?
I'm just, when you call all 18-year-olds douchebags, I'm not surprised.
Have you guys seen
But I'm trying to tell you.
Has it crossed your mind you say hateful things that might annoy people?
Can I?
Like all 18-year-olds douchebags?
She says that and expects no pushback for something like that. She says that about
You're used to saying on your podcast, you say it, and everybody agrees with you.
Young men who are being sort of inculcated into the Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan world fast enough.
No comparison between Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan. No comparison at all.
No.
In this explosive debate, we have Francesca Fiorentini facing off with Piers Morgan in a panel of unfiltered critics. They're tackling issues from Trump's impact on young men to comparisons with Hitler, and the hypocrisy is rampant. We're here to break down the ridiculous double standard and over-the-top rhetoric that Francesca throws out while Piers Morgan and the others push back. Spoiler, Francesca's about to get called out and it isn't pretty. Let's dive in and see how she manages to twist arguments in her favor, or at least try to.
I want to say, I do think that it has been very wrong, and I think this campaign's gone kind of off the rails with like comparing Donald Trump to Hitler, and so I want to say I condemn anyone that makes those comparisons because I don't think they're fair. So will you join me in condemning anyone who compares Donald Trump to Hitler?
Yes, including J.D. Vance.
Yes. And
is that what you're about to say?
Let's condemn Donald Trump for comparing Donald Trump to Hitler and saying he would like Hitler's generals. Can you join me in condemning Donald Trump for saying that he would like to have generals as loyal as
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Can you join me?
Hang on. Don't all talk over each other.
Listen. Can you join me? Yes or no?
Here's my answer.
Can you join me?
Here's my answer. Here's my answer, Francesca.
Can you join me in condemning anyone who...
Francesca,
I am. So why don't you stop? Why don't you stop?
Asked me a question.
Is this what...
Stop.
Again,
here's my point. Of all the ridiculous things to go after Trump about, calling him the new Hitler is the most self-harming thing the Democrats have come up with.
Yes.
Nobody with a brain thinks that he's the new Hitler.
100%.
Right?
So can you
join
me?
Why do it?
So can you join me? Will you say here now that you condemn Donald Trump for comparing Donald Trump to Hitler? Yes or no?
I condemn people like you for only using the Hitler stick to beat Trump with.
Directly calling Trump Hitler isn't just lazy, it's kind of outrageous. Francesca's side tosses this term around as if it's no big deal, ignoring the real horrors of history. Comparing a political opponent to one of the worst mass murderers shows a complete lack of respect for serious discourse. It's a classic move. When you've got nothing concrete, pull out the Hitler card and hope the smear sticks.
We're saying that Hitler had some good ideas and that he wished he had his generals.
How many Jews has
Donald
Trump murdered?
Donald Trump?
How many? Let's get into it.
I'm just saying, I think it's wrong.
How many? Francesca,
they have woke rabies and they just keep
Francesca,
and you can't
out of
stop
interest,
them.
how many Jewish people has Trump murdered?
No.
To justify the comparison to the biggest murderer of Jewish people in history.
I do think it's very fun that he's coddling up to people like RFK Jr., who said that COVID-19 could not infect the Jewish population.
And Richard Spencer just endorsed Kamala Harris. Like, what's your
point? He did that last time as well.
What's your point?
Listen,
let me on a serious point.
Sure.
I was wondering how long it would take.
So you can't condemn
hang on.
Okay.
It's taken 15 minutes. For Hitler's name to be raised, right? And I just find this one of the more staggering, staggering aspects of this whole race has been the left's utter insistence on continually evoking the name of Adolf Hitler. Nobody who's on the independent side or moderate side of this thinks anything but that's disgusting when people do that.
Agreed.
Why do it? Right, and Francesca, here's the thing. Look, I on abortion, I agree with you, okay? So it doesn't matter. I can't even vote. But the trouble, it seems to me, is, and Katie raised this point earlier, there has never been an incumbent candidate. All right, it's a little bit skewed by the fact she wasn't the actual incumbent president. She's the incumbent vice president. Never been an incumbent president where the polling against a crucial issue like the economy is so skewed in favour of her opponent who has ever won. Right? Now, the only reason she might win, and the only reason she's so close, is that the opposing candidate is Trump, who is so divisive. But if Trump was to win, I would say it was because actually the economy, cost of living, and immigration, where she is directly pegged to the failure on the border.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's incredible that so many people believe that buying a $100,000 gold watch will get them closer to being a billionaire like Trump, although, you know, it's waning with all the cases.
Kamala was wearing a $60,000 Tiffany necklace at the border.
The most effective thing.
Here's what I'm saying. Actually, I like Donald Trump's policies. Hang on,
let me
answer.
Let me include one more line. Trump has started doing at the start of every rally in the last 2 days.
Threatening Liz Cheney.
No, the same sentence where he just says...
wanting to protect women without their will.
No. Same sentence. He says, do you feel better off than you did 4 years ago? And the answer is, for most average Americans, they do not feel better off.
Peter's simple, direct question cuts to the core of the debate. Do you feel better off? It's effective because it forces people to reflect on their actual lives, not the noise of politics. And here's the reality. For millions, the answer is no. That's why this question strikes a nerve. When policies aren't translating into real improvements, people tune out the finger-pointing and flashy campaign promises. Yet when Trump's asked how he funds his campaign, they jump on billionaire backers as if Trump's the only one with financial giants behind him. The hypocrisy here. Kamala Harris and her allies have their own deep-pocketed supporters too. But the moment you bring that up, it's all hand-waving and deflection. If it's wrong for Trump, why is it okay for her?
If he wins, I suspect that's why he wins.
I understand that. I think it's incredible that he would do that when if he wins on the economy, when we know that he is personally bankrolled by billionaires, the likes of Peter Thiel, David Sachs, and other. Hang on.
She's not.
Can you?
Let me
finish. Let me actually finish what I'm trying to say is. And Kamala Harris's policies, $25,000 down payment for a first-time homeowner. These are policies that put money in people's pockets, right?
Why hasn't she done it before?
The ability to add home care
to Medicare. Why
didn't
she do it in the last 4 years?
She was not president, and she was working alongside Joe Biden, for better or worse. But the ability for Medicare to cover home care for our aging parents, that's massive. If she were to deliver that for the American people, we would save hundreds of thousands of dollars every single person each year.
Okay.
So in terms of a wealth transfer, Kamala Harris's policies would put more money in working class people's pockets, and Donald Trump's would be a siphon.
To be clear, you don't think any billionaires are in
credit. You guys, Trump deserves some credit because I think his policies are bold. I think obviously they're appealing to the Joe Rogan extended universe and all the D-bags who are growing up very quickly and can vote at 18. However,
whoa.
However, I will
all
say
young men are douchebags.
Yes.
Is that what you just
I'm
said?
saying the ones that are coming up and being very radicalized by your friends Andrew Tate, the sex traffickers,
Here's the problem with
on your network.
Have you got "be nice" in your profile on X? Is "be nice" in there? The hashtag.
Nice.
The hashtag. No, I'm not surprised. The thing about the left is, Jaya, I'll bring you in here.
Sure.
Is that you all brand yourselves as the nice party.
Yeah.
You're the nice people. It's Trump's horrible, ugly rhetoric. But meanwhile, he's a Nazi, he's a fascist, you're all garbage. Every 18-year-old who's on the Rogan side is a douchebag. I mean, this is a kind of generalized
Piers Morgan, Mr.
which I find so utterly hypocritical.
Have you seen the comment section? These people are going to be going at me. Have you seen your own comment section? Do you know the kind of hatred that I get from appearing on this show?
When you call all 18-year-olds douchebags, I'm not surprised.
Francesca kicks off with a sweeping insult about young men, calling them, quote-unquote, douchebag. She seems oblivious to her own hypocrisy here. She can throw jabs at Trump supporters and Tate fans, but doesn't want any criticism sent back her way. This holier-than-thou attitude is a peak woke arrogance pretending to be the compassionate side while lobbying labels at anyone who disagrees.
But I'm trying to tell you.
Has it crossed your mind you say hateful things that might annoy people?
Can I?
Like all 18-year-olds douchebags?
She says that and expects no pushback for something like that. She says that about
You're used to saying on your podcast, you say it, and everybody agrees with you.
Young men who are being sort of inculcated into the Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan world fast enough.
No comparison between Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan. No comparison at all.
No.
They do not espouse the same philosophies about almost anything.
Well, there's a certain
hyper-masculinity
there.
There really isn't. If you actually knew what you're talking about with those two, there is no comparison between Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate. Huh?
Also, exercise is like alt-right and scary
use
now.
The word bro,
Do you
are what, a douchebag?
Oh
I use the word bro all the time. What are you talking about?
Well, John, let me bring in the only man here.
Yes, as a representative.
Is it helpful to call every 18-year-old in America male a douchebag?
That is not what I am saying. I'm saying
you
that
literally
is,
said it. Roll the tape.
No, that's exactly. I'm saying that
We
that
can't
is
roll
who
the tape. We
Donald
should be
Trump
pleased
is
to hear.
appealing to. He is not trying to appeal to women. And here's what I will say. I like his strategy. I like his strategy.
Hang on.
Going
Can I let
from
Wajahat, the
Jr.
only oppressed man on the panel,
Can we
you let him
talk-
speak?
Just really quickly, I do
Let
think
Wajahat, no, you be quiet for a moment. Wajahat, you speak.
So I want to combine 2 points that you mentioned, right? And in all seriousness, I've never seen a campaign step on more rakes than Donald Trump has in the past 2 weeks. And I mean that sincerely, because you think about his final argument, right? Yours a gift there, right? You have a gift there where you can, I agree with you. I mean, I don't agree with it, but cynically, go to the border. Talk about the economy, right? Pretend you're a unifier. What does he do? Calls liberals sick, evil people, absolutely horrible, right? A person, he has a chance
You not called his supporters garbage?
Wait.
By the way, be sure to comment down below your opinion based off all of the facts being made here. I always like to hear other people's opinions. And also, give us a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Let's keep watching.
Fascists,
Wait.
Nazis,
No.
douchebags.
What's
the difference? My point is, Wajahat, there is no difference.
And
Looking at
I will
Mr.
say
across
this.
the pond as a nice, simple English.
You said liberals are all nice. I will say this, and thank you for bringing my post. I'm not Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama said famously, infamously, God bless her, when they go low, we go high. I say, and I've always said, when they go low, you take out their knees, which is a legal UFC move.
Wow.
And I
You go
believe
lower.
legal.
Wow.
No. You take out their knees. It's a legal. Wait. Legal UFC move. You take out their knee. When they go low, take out their knees. And by the way, calling the American people evil, stupid, garbage, right? These are all absolute scum. These are all Donald Trump's words. He has used in the past 2 weeks. Final thing I'll say. Last 2 weeks, your pitch to America, unify the people, bring the independence. You know what he says? I'm going to unleash the military and National Guard to my critics who are the enemy from within. Who used the word enemy from within? Francesca.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Hitler.
I got this.
Oh, we're back to Adolf Hitler. Katie, let me ask you about Mark Cuban.
All facts, by the way.
Mark Cuban said you never see Trump around strong, intelligent women.
Yeah.
You've been around Trump. Last time I checked, you're a strong, intelligent woman.
Well, thank you very much.
I thought it was such a
appreciate that.
patronizing thing to say.
It's just, it's not true. And if you have to lob that accusation, you're clearly desperate and looking for things to make an argument on when you don't have the facts or the data to back up your argument. I covered the Trump White House. Whenever you walked into the West Wing, it was teeming with women at the highest levels, senior advisors, also working moms. So the left says they care a lot about working women, except for when it comes to conservative women. This is a pattern that they have with attacking conservative women, and they don't like it when they are batting for the Trump team, for conservatives, for Republicans, when they oppose their ideas based on the facts and policy. They just want to say that they're stupid and unintelligent.
You know what else is teaming with
So the
women?
first-
Jeffrey Epstein's island that Donald Trump went to multiple times on Lolita Express, and in fact had a very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm surprised we're not talking about it.
As a campaign manager was Kellyanne Conway, and now you have Susie Wiles, co-chair of his second campaign this time around. There are plenty of strong, intelligent women around him, and unlike the left, they don't expect to get credit for being women. They're just doing their job and doing what the
Right,
campaign
Francesca,
expects.
here's the thing. You know, you guys talk about the violent rhetoric that comes out of Trump's mouth, and some of it is very ill-advised, or sometimes it's plain ugly. I didn't like what he said about shooting over the media to get at him. What if you lose?
Yeah.
Right? Because last time, nearly 10 million more Americans voted for Trump than the first time round.
This is where Francesca gets shaken. How can she argue against the reality that Trump's support is still massive? Despite endless accusations, millions believe Trump's message resonates more than anything that the woke left offers. Instead of interception, Francesca doubles down, missing the point entirely. Maybe people are fed up with the same one-sided, blame-filled rhetoric she's trying to push.
Despite 4 years of apparently the worst presidency in history, if this trend continues now, and he gets enough to get himself over the line, perhaps even wins a popular vote, as some of the polls showing he might, what are you going to do for the next 4 years? I mean, he's literally the new Hitler, you think? So is that the end of America?
I don't think he's the new Hitler, but I will.
Is it the end of America?
In all seriousness, no. But I do think it is quite alarming when the Supreme Court has given immunity, presidential immunity, to obviously Biden now, but also Donald Trump, and specifically in the case of whether Trump's actions on January 6th rose above the law effectively, and it was okay for him
At the moment,
to
the
break
only
it.
crime that you've managed to successfully get Trump convicted of is shuffling, not you, the left, is shuffling a bit of paperwork over an alleged one-night stand with a porn star 19 years ago. Sorry if I don't look at this and go, is that it?
Piers,
That's all you've been able to achieve?
24 jury members in 2 separate cases found him guilty both of sexual abuse and, yes, of falsifying business records.
Guilty, he was
now, here's what I want to say in all seriousness, and I'm serious about
you
this.
don't go after Bill Clinton.
This is not a bit. This is not a bit. But
Bill Clinton pays Paula Jones $850,000.
I just want to respond to what you were saying. Hang on. Let me just respond to what you were saying.
She campaigned
in the next 4 years.
Yeah. What will you do if
he's
president?
Guys, I truly think, and I say this in like legit seriousness, I do think these are dangerous times.
Yeah.
And I think that no matter who wins, we are going to see definitely street protests, which I support as long as they are peaceful on either side. If it's the right, absolutely, everyone has the right to exercise their First Amendment rights, like just point blank.
Once again, comment down below your opinion, whether or not you agree or disagree with a lot of the points made within this specific debate. Always like to hear other people's opinion. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Appreciate you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.